Hello? Game Freak? Hi, knock knock. Couldn't help but notice the alarming lack of shinks in this trailer. Why don't you go ahead and take it down, put it back up, and make sure that the god is in there. Alright? Let's not have this again. Alright, what is going on, y'all? Solo here, and welcome back to my story mode. In the last video, I told you guys that I wanted to do a real breakdown and analysis video, and this right here is mostly that. Now, I say mostly because, for the most part, we've already talked about all of the surface level information that we've gotten. The graphics have been heightened, we know about the professors now, we know that they're something about the past and the future based on their names, we know about the legendaries, we know what those look like, and things like that. However, I wanted to talk a little more in depth about some of the details that aren't as obvious. But before we get to that, there's something I'd like to say real quick. Firstly, a quick apology for disappearing for damn near a month. I found another source of work to keep my time occupied, as well as the fact that it's been a dry couple of months, which always happens with Pokemon announcements. They announce the game, we go months without any sort of information, and then that's just kind of it. Which is obviously part of the reason as to why I was so scarce for most of April and pretty much all of May. At one point I decided, alright, well I have a couple more ideas here and there's some other ideas that I wanted to try out. So I started getting some videos ready, piling up, just so I could give you guys a bunch of stuff back to back so you guys weren't waiting on me for every single individual video. And of course, because this always happens the exact same way with me, they announced that they had news to reveal the next day that I was gonna start posting. I swear to Shinx, it's like they know, bro. It's like they know. Anyhow, so thankfully this new information that's come to light has not destroyed any of the videos that are upcoming in any way, shape, or form, so I can still post those. They will sound a little dated though, because you know, they talk about some aspects that may have been revealed in this trailer more or less. But for the most part, I feel like they are more than safe to still post, so I'm going to go ahead and put those up, as well as put up any more things that I want to talk about regarding Generation 9. One of this channel's problems is the fact that I have kind of accidentally limited it to being strictly like news and discussion type videos, when I want to do more with you guys, you know? Doing that stream playthrough that we did a while back for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, that was crazy fun, and I want to be able to do stuff like that more often, so I'm gonna lean more into other territories here in the next coming weeks, because even with this information here, we've already talked about Gen 9 so much that when I say it didn't really do too much for me personally, I mean that there's not much here to dissect that we haven't already dissected as a possibility in the last like 2 months or so. So we'll be getting back on track with the discussion stuff regarding Generation 9 and other future titles and things like that. However, I'm still planning to throw other things your guys' way, so stay tuned literally this week. It's here. It's literally around the corner. Also, just as a heads up, in the next couple of videos that I'm gonna be dropping this upcoming week, I set up an ultimatum that if we hit 6K, I would drop the official Discord for the channel, but we're practically already there and the Discord is not ready yet. So I'm definitely gonna give it to you guys, but just give me some time to make it look nice and polish it up. You guys know me, I take my time with things, so it'll get there, I promise you. Anyhow, I have now recognized that I have wasted 4 whole minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about the actual point of the video now. In the latest trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we did actually get a lot of good information that we can dissect a little bit here, and that's what I plan to talk about. First, I want to talk to you guys about some of the information that's not present in the trailer. To start off, we're going to talk about this message that came directly from Game Freak regarding the game. I'll put it up on screen right now so you can read along with me. You can experience a new style of adventure with a world that you're free to explore at your leisure and not in any order dictated by the story. You will, of course, journey to hone your skills as a Pokemon trainer, but many more discoveries and stories await you. Meet a variety of people and Pokemon and adventure in the world of Pokemon the way that you want to. So long story short, your progression in this game is not in any way, shape, or form bound by the story. So essentially, you can progress immediately, become pretty much a god at the game, and then come back and do the story whenever you feel like it, is what it's sounding like. And that's how you know that it's truly an open world game, because usually in open world games, you could do whatever you want, whenever you want. Look at Breath of the Wild. You could become an absolute G unit and not have to even think about the story at all. This can be considered a good and a bad thing. It can be considered a good thing because 99% of the time in the last couple of Pokemon games, people just got lost doing their own thing anyway. Plenty of my friends have played a lot of Pokemon Legends Arceus but haven't finished it simply because they weren't doing the story. They just got lost doing their own thing in the overworlds. Same with Breath of the Wild. And that's just kind of the experience with open world games. You're gonna get lost, you're gonna end up doing your own thing, and you're not gonna think about it for hours until you realize, oh snap, there's a story that I should be progressing in. At least this time around, they're actually encouraging you to get lost and do your own thing in the Pokemon world so that you don't feel as bad. On the opposing side though, decisions like this usually tend to make the actual story in of itself suffer a little bit. And that's usually because the focus is actually on the experience of the gameplay, not really the story in of itself, which, for Pokemon, is already a bit of a struggle, so I'm not expecting a decent story from this anymore. Gameplay, it's probably going to be fantastic, very fun, awesome, but story, I don't know. My hopes are dashed a little bit. But I'm gonna just hope that I'm wrong and go ahead and move on. Bars. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and talk about some of the new Pokemon that were featured in this trailer. And obviously we're gonna start with the man of the hour, Lechonk. This is apparently the Hog Pokemon. Its normal typing and its ability is Aroma Veil or Gluttony. In one of my previous videos, I don't recall which one, I did talk about the possibility of one of the regional variants being an Iberian pig. This is that Pokemon. It's not even a regional, it's just a brand new Pokemon that's based off the Iberian pig. So, that's really cool. This thing is on my team, no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm with the boy, okay? And he's not getting nicknamed either. Lechonk is perfect, okay? I'm leaving it alone. Or, I'm going to nickname it Lechonk so that it keeps its name all the way through. I don't care what it evolves into, it's keeping that name. I love it so much. Next, we have Smoliv, the Olive Pokemon. This is a grass normal type with the ability Early Bird. Now, fun fact about me, I absolutely despise olives. I don't like them, they've never been good to me, I've tried them a million times, it's just not me. However, Smoliv is goddamn adorable. It looks so terrified and I have a soft spot for it. So I will be protecting this thing. I don't know if it's going on my team. I have to see more evolutions. I gotta see its line. Once I know, then I'll know. But so far, this is one of the few Pokemon that doesn't look like a Fakemon. Even though I don't mind the other Pokemon, but this one looks the least like a Fakemon. Now, I don't know what the ability is for this Pokemon, or even exactly what it is, or what it's supposed to represent, but we do have Pawmi, the electric type Pokemon. This is apparently one of the main Pokemon utilized by our rival. It's an electric type, it's very small, and it's pretty damn cute, especially in the official artwork. I like this design a lot. I don't know if I'm going to use it, especially if our rival's going to be using it, because I want variety on my team. I want to get creative, you feel me? But we'll see. I do like the design a lot, so there's a good chance I'll probably have it on my team for the sake of the Pokédex anyway, so we'll play it by ear. Moving on here, the next thing that I want to talk about for a hot second is our brand new rival. Now, in the comment section of the previous video, a couple of you guys have actually brought to my attention the fact that this is like the first real female rival that we've had in the series. And like most people, I don't really count Serena and May and things like that because they're just the alternate gender of the character that you didn't pick, and they're barely even a rival half the time. The official rivals are the other characters like Blue in Gen 1, Silver in Gen 2, Wally in Gen 3, Barry in Gen 4. You get what I'm getting at by now, and if you look at all of the official main rivals of every game, this is the first time that we're gonna most likely have a recurring female rival. I mean, sure, I guess you can kind of count Marnie from Generation 8, but at the same time, she's not recurring and she's not the main rival. How is the main rival? Anyhow, apparently this character's name is Nimona. Pokemon irritates me because they can always get away with that thing where they could name something whatever they want, and we can't object because we will never know how to officially pronounce it because even the anime gets it wrong. Ignoring that, she has absolute drip, alright? Look at her artwork. She is dripped out of her mind. Her hair color, her style is absolute fire. I want to get an outfit like that in the game. I swear to God, if I can't do something like her, if I can't do anything within that realm, I'm gonna be upset. But her drip is outmatched so far. Best drip in the game. Also, we got a glimpse of the new style of animation that we could start looking forward to in this game with her first cutscene, and it looks gorgeous. Like, it looks super, super good. At the very least, this series is progressing one way or another. Its character models, I'm not really worried about, especially Nimona. She looks really incredible. Truly, outstanding job with her. I'm just hoping that they make actual use out of this character unlike they have with the past couple of rivals. She has potential, please utilize her. Game Freak, I'm begging you, please utilize her. And lastly, there's our legendaries for this game. Koreadon and Moriadon. I'm pretty sure Koreadon is the red one, and that's definitely the one that I'm gonna go after, or I will trade anybody I don't know. I mean, Moriadon looks crazy to me. Maybe its design will grow on me a little bit more, but at least Moriadon looks less ridiculous. Also, why are they legendaries? I'm super curious about that. In my initial reaction to the trailer, I said that it looked a lot like an evolution to Toxtricity. Tell me that I'm wrong. Go back to that video and tell me that I'm wrong. I know somebody's gonna do that. You don't actually have to, if you want to do that you can, but you don't actually have to do that. But it's very, very reminiscent of Toxtricity's design, and it was weird in the trailer, they played two different songs simultaneously for each legendary, I'm assuming. So, are they like music based? Is that what's going on here? Because they look like motorcycles or something. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I just found that very interesting. Y'all tell me if you know anything else about them. So that just about does it for most of the information that wasn't exactly present in the trailer. So now, let's talk about the stuff that was definitely present in the trailer, but you may not have noticed at first glance. To start things off, it is pretty obvious that we are getting different professors based on the version of the game that we pick. We have Professor Sada, which is the woman, and Professor Turo, which is the man. Now I'm putting both of their sexy asses up on the screen so that you can see the more finer details that you may have missed. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the details within this translation here, but apparently Sada has something to do with the past, and Turo has something to do with the future. Now, at first, that didn't really make a lot of sense to me until I started paying attention to their getup. When you look at Professor Sada, she has like a primal energy about her. Even her outfit is very wild. It looks like she has like teeth necklace and like a waistband. She's wearing like animal coat stuff, and her hair is completely wild. She is like a cave woman in a suit, kind of. Like, that's the energy she gives off. She's wild, and that is awesome. And then you go to Professor Turo, who has more of a futuristic look to him. He's got the futuristic onesie on. He's got the fresh, shady... He's got the fresh, shady penguin cut going on. It makes a lot of sense. I'm just gonna say right now, be careful looking them up on Twitter. They have gone absolutely feral over these two. So, just be aware. Anyhow, not sure what difference they're gonna bring to the table besides like personality or anything like that, but honestly, just pick based on who you're more attracted to. Who do you like more? Anyway, jokes aside, why don't we go ahead and move on from that and talk about one of the most possibly important features of this trailer. And that's simply the fact that this game appears to be very, very co-op heavy. In the trailer, you can see other trainers, other people that are playing the game, waving and emoting at each other before running off in different directions. This leads me to believe that you can play with a certain amount of friends at the same time and explore the same world at the same time. We have been asking for something like that for a very long time now. They kinda somewhat tried to do it somewhat with Sword and Shield, not the way that we wanted. But this is exactly what we've been asking for. Now, what purpose it's gonna serve is completely beyond me. I have no idea besides just running next to your friend in the overworld. What difference that's gonna make for the overall gameplay? I don't know, but I feel like they would be dumb not to include some kind of gimmick that would make it worth it to go online and play with your friends. I will most definitely be making a separate video talking about this specific detail down the line, but for now, I have a lot of hopes for this. Anyhow, why don't we move on and talk about the Pokemon Centers for a second. Now, I know this is a weird thing, but I was thinking really hard as to how they were going to make Pokemon Centers work in an open world game for a long time now. I was thinking, like, would we really have to, like, go into a center, like a whole building? Would they really make a whole building for us? And they didn't even need to do that. Pokemon Centers pretty much work like gas stations now, essentially. You go up to one, you refuel your Pokemon, you get some snacks, maybe they have a shirt in your size or something, and you just go about your day. And this is very interesting to me because this is most likely going to speed up the regular process in which we heal and get items by miles. But I could be exaggerating, I don't really know. Point is, I'm very much looking forward to what the Pokemon Centers here have to offer. There's truly actually not that much more to say about the Pokemon Centers. I just think that it's really neat that it looks like a gas station. That's so funny to me. I hope they add like a bench somewhere for you to sit down. I think that would be really neat. Now, we should probably talk about one of the most noticeably biggest downfalls in this trailer, and that is absolutely the fact that we do in fact have to encounter the Pokemon before we can battle or capture them. I don't know, maybe I'm unreasonably upset about that, but coming off of the high of Pokemon Legends where it was just so free and open, and then we're getting an open world game where you're still kind of limited in terms of how you battle and interact with Pokemon, I don't know, it just seems kind of lame a little bit to go back, you know? I think I just felt like there was a stronger level of investment when you were able to actually move around, dodge, throw Pokeballs in the overworld, gain materials and things like that, and literally have to avoid Pokemon. And it made a lot of sense because Pokemon should be dangerous, you know? But I guess we're in an era now where Pokemon have accepted humans as their equals as opposed to beneath them or something, and now we just work alongside them no matter what, even if they are wild Pokemon, and maybe they're just more tame in general, but I don't know. It just seems a little crappy to have to take that step backwards. I also have that gut-wrenching feeling that because we're most likely not going to have the seamless transitions from in and out of battle, that's going to slow things down so much, and it's going to really suck. But I don't know, I could be completely wrong, and we could have seamless transitions still, and it could still be nice, but based on that camera that we saw, I really doubt that. So I don't know, we're gonna have to see what that's gonna be like going forward. Now, another thing that I'm actually really surprised I have not seen one person bring up yet is the fact that Pokemon follow you in the overworld again. Legends didn't have that at all, Pokemon Sword and Shield didn't have that until the DLC, and even then it was really badly done. And then there was 4th gen remakes, which kinda had that, and also badly done. So hopefully this time around it's nice. That's all I'm asking for, just a nice little mechanic that actually works this time around. I hope that's not too much to ask. Overall though, it would just be really refreshing to see this mechanic get its justice again, because it's been way too long since we've had a proper following mechanic. And finally, the last thing that a lot of us barely caught, actually, was the fact that there was a trainer that was showcased in the trailer that has a Tauros shirt, or at least it looks like a Tauros shirt. Now, we have not gotten introduced to a lot of Pokemon just yet, however, this implies that there's a very good chance of a Tauros variant within this region. Why else would they have a whole shirt with this Pokemon on it? Like, who knows, man? It might be really fire. I'm really looking forward to seeing this Tauros variant. It'll probably be really good. I have a gut feeling that it's going to be good solely because I feel like based on predictions and the way people feel about Tauros and going into this new region, this is the one that they had to take care of the most, which is why I have pretty good hopes for it, but we'll have to see what happens. We'll play it by ear. So that actually just about wraps up everything I had to say regarding things that weren't in the trailer and things that we may have missed inside of the trailer. This game still needs some serious polish that I don't think that it's gonna have enough time to get before its actual release, because November, in reality, is not all that far. For the most part, this could turn out to be a really fun Pokemon game, especially for the first open world Pokemon game. However, I don't have a lot of faith in a lot of aspects about it, like the story and the graphics and things like that. So, unfortunately, we're going to be banking really heavy on that gameplay, because if that gameplay sucks, that's going to be really bad. But anyway, we now have our release date. November in reality isn't all that far off, so we'll know everything not too long from now, I'm sure. So we'll see what happens. But that just about does it for this one. So on that note, I would like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this if you haven't already. And with that, I'm gonna skedaddle on out of here. Thank you again. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time.